the gunfight in the Robot Wars Corral. Our two gunslingers.
3, 2, 1, activate!
Must be plumb loco to go into that arena. The deadly shootout under the sun. It's Loco and it's Groundhog. Loco, just edging Groundhog. Out towards... Ooh, there's the spinning disc, do you see that? Out towards Shunt in the PPZ, the Perimeter Patrol Zone. That's where our house robots roar. Get out of there, Groundhog! Get out of there! Big ground clearance there. 35 centimeter ground clearance. No help when you're pinned in, though, by Shunt. Not good control. They must get out of there quickly. There's Dead Metal with the circular sword. There's Matilda. Oh, they're in terrible trouble here. And finally towards the pit and down and out for Groundhog. Simply couldn't get away from the house robots.
Three, 2, 1, activate!
And there, the dreadful pincer of Sir Killalot in the PPZ, the Perimeter Patrol Zone. Bossed by our own house robots. They don't want to go into that zone in the red and black. Here's Pandemonium circling, coming in with the front spike. That's dangerous driving there because Matilda's tusks are in the PPZ! And it's all over. That was Pandemonium!
3, 2, 1, activate!
And those spinning flails on the Spin Doctor are a modification added tonight. Here they flail. Technophobic, quite wise to dance away. Don't forget, style and control important with the judges, and damage inflicted on your opponent, and aggression. Again, Spin Doctor rotates on that zero turning circle. Can get up to speeds of 17 miles an hour. In comes Technophobic, by far the heavier of the two.
Who would you rather fight against, the Spin Doctor or Technophobic?
Yeah, definitely Technophobic, I think.
Yeah.
I don't think any of them would prove too much of a problem.
Spin Doctor just slowing there a little. Technophobic moving comfortably. But I think they've got a problem. I think there's a lick of flame underneath Technophobic. Is a problem there. You can see the sparks for Technophobic. That flame will not help. They're in problems here. Spin Doctor's immobilised, it seems, but Technophobic's on fire. The PA announcer's calling for the fire brigade to put it out. One robot on fire, and the other immobilised.
Robot ears, stand by. 3, 2, 1, activate!
Aardvark, the faster and heavier of these two bots, of course fighting, as are all of tonight's competitors, for the last place in our series semi-finals. Tentative early on, there are those front prongs on Aardvark. And again, oh, something went wrong there. Did you see the forks just dug into the ground? I don't think that was planned. But Vercingetorix can't get away here. It seems to have been immobilised. Oh, look, there is something wrong with the forks. They shouldn't prong in like that, almost impaling itself. Aardvark on the floor of the arena, but Vercingetorix is stopped completely. They can't control it. There's a major problem here. And into the PPZ. Liz, backseat driver. Won't have any of that. She just wants to get in control of things. There's the sergeant. And also Shunt. Their aim is Vercingetorix. Killalot in there as well, onto the flame pit. And it's char-broiled Vercingetorix. Dulce et decorum est pro patria more. How sweet it is to die for your fatherland. And that's what's going to happen, it looks to me, for Vercingetorix. Look at that, warped out of shape now by Killalot. Aardvark simply looks on, and the crowd want the end of it. So does she and the rest of the team. And into the pits, and that's it for Vercingetorix and the Roman boys. And Aardvark through to tonight's final.
Robot ears, stand by. 3, Activate.
Roadblock, the champs and top seeds for Robot Wars. Onslaught just waiting. In comes Roadblock. Trying to lift it up again with that great scoop made from the road sign. Lashes behind. What can David Wood do for Onslaught, which seems immobilised? It's not moving here. There could be a problem. I think there is a problem. Look at that. It's smoking, and they know it, and they're punishing. If you're weak, you'll be victimised. It's as simple as that. By the Deadly House robots. Onslaught on fire. And all the Roadblock has to do now is avoid trouble. Oh, look for that showboating now. They're taking on the House robots. They know they're victorious. Pronged by Dead Metal. Pierced by Dead Metal. But surely the...
3, 2, 1. Activate.
Oblivion is the lighter and the faster. Dreadnought has those fearsome forks. And no mobility, it would seem. There's something wrong here with Dreadnought, I'm sure. Impaled on the spike. Can they get off there now, though? Must have been the spike that stopped them. No, they're not moving. Dreadnought! Dreadnought! There's something wrong here with Dreadnought! And the House Robot sense it. There's Sir Kill-A-Lot. Also in there is Shunt. And that's Roast Beetle. And I tell you who loves Roast Beetle. Matilda. Tasty. Matilda in on Dreadnought, lifting it away from the flaming pit. Sir Kill-A-Lot, there's the kill cam, lifting up. Oh, that's really good. A lift on Dreadnought, in comes the axe. Dreadnought here in terminal decline and incline. Impaled, the body shell ripped away. It's only a question of time, and there's little Oblivion, totally unharmed. Dreadnought can't move. That was ghastly. And surely they know it. They do.
Cease.
It's all over.
Roboteers, stand by. 3, 2, 1. Activate.
I love the Demon team. Ouch, it says on that hole in the Demon's hardened aluminium shell. Early pressure from the mule, early aggression from the mule. The Demon steers into trouble. The mule nearly flicking it with the forklift. And again coming in on the attack. Steady driving and control though by the Demon. Dave Clutterbuck's team have driven well since the early stage of the gauntlet. Look at this. The mule trying to push it into the PPZ. They're feeling horny, horny, horny. But it's the Demon surviving. Now edging the mule into that PPZ. I think the mule's actually steered itself in there in the end, which is trouble because the House Robots come in for the duel with the mule. The Demon is immobilised, I've been told. The Demon's in trouble too. The mule's under attack from the House Robot, but the Demon can't move. Kill-A-Lot comes in to finish it off. The mule surviving, the Demon in real trouble.
Roboteers, stand by. 3, 2, 1. Activate.
Both teams have been great fun on Robot Wars. Blunderbird 2 underneath Enzyme. Can the lads hold on here? Murray Ballard's team. Got to say hello to Oliver Beckley, who's been involved in the team all the way through but was unavailable to be here for this. The climax of all his work. And that work could go up in flames any moment if Blunderbird 2 and the Sergeant can edge Enzyme into the pit of fire. Dead Metal coming in as well, the sparks fly. There's the camera on Kill-A-Lot. Well, they're wedded in some dreadful dance of doom. The two semi-finalists. The main attack is on Enzyme, spinning away. Blunderbird 2 and Enzyme now to take on Kill-A-Lot. Not for the first time. Blunderbird 2 thinks twice about it. Who's done enough? This goes to the judges.
Roboteers, stand by. 3, 2, 1, activate.
That axe ground down to a menacing point, and you wouldn't mess with Craig. He's a black belt in Taekwondo at 13 years of age. Good speed by Ivanhoe early on, good style there. Now the aggression. Ooh, that's a mistake though. They've gone on to that front raising ramp. They didn't want to do that. Here's a problem for Killdozer though, and he knows it. They couldn't do any more damage. They had to release Ivanhoe. Hopefully, to drive Ivanhoe into the PPZ, the perimeter patrol zone. Then there'll be food for the house robots. Both of them very dangerously close to that PPZ and now in. And on the spikes, here comes Shunt and also Dead Metal. To the right of your screen, there's Shunt at the top. Dead Metal with the circular saw. There's the dead cam on the front. Hey, this is the meat and gristle of Robot Wars. Plenty of damage being inflicted. There's Sir Killalot! Hoisting aloft Killdozer! They spent 4 months building their baby and they can laugh. They're mad. Burn, they're saying. Burn, baby, burn. Dozer Inferno! And they just love it. What's wrong with the men? That's the end of Killdozer. I love the smell of paint in the morning, says Killalot. Down, down, finish him off. The shrieks shrill. And the end is final. Killdozer, dead and buried.
Roboteers, stand by. 3, 2, 1, activate.
Oh, Kilohertz, that's gruesome and ghastly. It's no teddy bear's picnic, that's for sure. Roadblock in underneath Kilohertz. That will be a tactic, pushing them towards the perimeter patrol zone, where the house robots can now attack Kilohertz. That's good style, using the sword to push Kilohertz into that zone. In comes Shunt, it's pickaxe to pickaxe. Mighty power in the Kilohertz weapon. 800 kilos of force, but it was good style, good driving by the Roadblock champions. They veer away from danger. And Kilohertz in the PPZ doesn't seem to be able to get away. They're worried. I think they're immobilized, and in come the house robots. I don't think Kilohertz can move here. There's the Dead Metal camera. It seems to me they're immobilized. The teddy bear waits on top of the axe. It's almost inevitable. They can't get away. They're being pushed and pushed and pushed towards the pit. They're
3, 2, 1, activate.
Will the extra power be decisive here for Owen Barwick, Mike Evans and Liz Harrison and the Hardbark team? Look at the front mace on the adjustable weapon of Havoc, brought in for the final. 2 young lads. Kevin's just completed 10 GCSEs. John Robinson's hobby, the 15-year-old, is to build go-karts. Nice manoeuvrability there to get away from the flame pit. Steering back in towards Hardbark now, Havoc. Pushing it on to our own mace. And Matilda. Hardbark spins away quickly. Into space, looking now to again go on the attack. Don't forget the judges will vote on star control, damage and aggression. Havoc being shoved towards the PPZ. In comes Shunt. 1 and 2 slams with the pickaxe. And up and on one side goes Havoc. Immobilized. Hardbark are the winners.
3, 2, 1, activate.
And the winners qualify for the first of our series semi-finals of Robot Wars. Demolition Demon, the boys from Thomas Hardy School, and Napalm, the girls from Dartford Grammar. Napalm the heavier and the faster. There's that metal grinding disc, though, that could be damaging. On Napalm, don't forget the judges will vote on style, control, damage to your opponents, and aggression. Teacher David Crosby getting involved. Matilda waits on the sidelines. That's good speed and good control by Napalm. Now coming in on the attack on Demolition Demon. Trying to get that grinding disc into play over the spikes. You see those two giant mandibles at the back. Big spider-like jaws. Napalm attacking Demolition Demon again. In comes Demolition Demon underneath, trying to get the wedge shape to effect, and that big metal spike into play. Underneath, Napalm again. That's a good attack by Demolition Demon. In comes Dead Metal, one of the house robots, and there's the sergeant as well. Oh, and the girls have lost their petticoat, look, at the back of Napalm. They've suffered damage. Just about hanging on, that grid at the back. This is good work by Demolition Demon here, spinning, coming in on the attack. There's the big titanium-fronted ram scoop, though, on Napalm, taking damage in there from Shunt. Ram raiding its way through, and underneath now Demolition Demon. Can he get that grinding disc to play? Under 8 seconds to go, and they're away from the danger. But they were suspect there, Napalm. Couple of buffets from Demolition Demon. Goodness me, this is going to go very, very close. It goes to the judges, and there's hardly a lick of paint, a smear of oil between the two teams. Very...
Roboteers, stand by. 3, 2, 1, activate.
Magnificent engineering feat, the mule. Plunderbird 2 boys have been splendid entertainment. See the name of Enzyme crossed out on the side. They've already seen the Enzyme boys off. And immediate aggression on the mule. But Roger Plant spins that 3-wheel drive away. Motorised from second-hand lawnmowers. In underneath goes Plunderbird 2. That forklift, no good for Roger. Went on top of Plunderbird 2, digging in. Out comes the leg to try and flick Plunderbird 2 away. He's doing all he can to survive. The grisly list of victims on the side of Plunderbird 2 into the PPZ. It means that Shunt can come in, the mule gets away. Now comes in for a ram of its own. Very close, this.
3, 2, 1, activate.
What tactics will they use? They're heavier than Kilotron. Kilotron is the faster and has the deadly weapon. Good style, though, by Technophobic. Avoiding Richard Broad and that killer pickaxe coming in again. Once again, they've avoided the blow. All but run into Dead Metal, very nearly. Still, Kilotron can't get in the blow. Wildly swinging through the air. Now Technophobic's made itself slightly vulnerable. Kilotron backs away for a surge. Technophobic, a half-hearted run at Kilotron, pushing him back and back and back. All back towards the pit. Technophobic. I hope it's not claustrophobic or arachnophobic. There are spiders down there. It's dark, it's gloomy, and you're going down! Kilotron the winner! Technophobic, totaled and obliterated.
Cease.
The wedge-shaped Demolition Demon with its slow ground clearance against the higher Victor. Coming flailing in against the armoured coating of Demolition Demon. Good start by Victor. But back comes the Demolition Demon at it, and Matilda and Shunt in there as well. Victor turns to go away and can't get away. Look at the grinding disc of Demolition Demon, though. Shattered, just like some old sad LP no longer in the charts. But Victor can't move. It must have done the damage, the grinding disc. Victor's in trouble here now. The aggression The controlled aggression is from Demolition Demon. In comes Matilda, backs away for another charge with those ferocious tusks. Now turns to bring in the chainsaw. Matilda hacks, slices. Victor in trouble. So too the Demolition Demon, though. If the Sergeant or Killalot get in, Killalot closing in on Victor and picking him up so effortlessly and trawling him away like some ghastly trophy back to his demonic cave. Still has the grip of Victor, does Killalot. In comes the axe of Shunt on the Demolition Demon, but I don't think Demolition's going to be axed in this one. I think they've done enough.
Roboteers, stand by. 3, 2, 1. Activate.
All talk, the faster and heavier of the robots. Prometheus on fire, it would seem, in that engine area. Was that just a flick of flame? I think it is. It's smoking. As Altor nudges Prometheus towards the pit of oblivion. Prometheus with the forklift in the rear. Altor will have to avoid that. Dead Metal coming out of the PPZ. Look at the damage sustained on the side of Prometheus from earlier on now! The circular saw has gone! And into the pit of oblivion goes Prometheus!
Roboteers, stand by. 3, 2, 1. Activate.
Two quick, powerful robots. All talk is slightly the lighter but speedier. King Buxton seems to have more manoeuvrability with those spikes as well. Movable titanium spikes on King Buxton. Two large steel spikes at the front of All Talk. Being nudged ever backwards. Caught there on the edge of the pit of oblivion. One bash and two. They want to nudge him in there. In comes the Killalot as well. With that lance. Oh, they're just hanging on! No, they're not. All Talk was just that in the end. And King Buxton is the winner.
Roboteers, stand by. 3, 2, 1. Activate.
So it's the Peter family with Flirty Skirty, the yellow and black chevrons against the teenagers Kevin and John and the Havoc boys. With that red front lifting ram against the skirts of Flirty Skirty. A little bit of a dance early on. There's the push from Havoc towards the PPZ, the perimeter patrol zone that lets now Killalot come in on Flirty Skirty. Using the claws to break open there, it seemed, the upper shell of Flirty Skirty. Yetzi Hasler. And now lifting the upper skirts of Flirty Skirty off. No petticoats underneath, look, just machinery. Up it goes, almost up and off. Good cancer! You have disrobed Flirty Skirty. You can, Sir Killalot. It is not done in Robot Wars to leave the young lady so vulnerable. Well, Havoc's turned away, almost embarrassed. Young Richard Peter, for some ghastly reason, is enjoying the destruction of his own robot, and Sir Killalot dragging. Oh, look, Flirty Skirty is now completely undressed towards the flame pit. I think that's where he wants to go. But time is running out here. Can Sir Killalot complete the destruction and doom of Flirty Skirty? Not quite. They look worried. I think the Havoc boys are through. And they enjoyed it all.
Roboteers, stand by. 3, 2, 1. Activate.
The wedge on front of Onslaught here could be decisive if it can get in enough beyond those spikes and prongs and blades. Look at that. They've gone for the kebab. They're great, the boys from Ireland. They just love to be torched. Dead Metal has pinned Onslaught into the PPZ. Shouldn't have gone in there, boys. You're in danger now. Dead Metal's got you in the pincers. Across here is the Sergeant. Oh, good speed out. Taking on Nemesis again with the opens. Marvellous stuff. Onslaught. You won't want to take on Shunt, though. Nemesis just sitting there, really all towards the pit and finally in. The end for Nemesis.
Three, two, one. Activate.
There goes Behemoth making the first move. It's 5 mile an hour top speed underneath those spikes. Flail, I think, purely for artistic purposes on the back of Inquisitor. About as useful as a toilet chain in Robot Wars at the moment. Beyond the spikes, there's Matilda top of the picture. Good aggressive attack by Inquisitor. Don't forget, the judges will adjudicate on damage control, style and aggression. Stylish turn by Inquisitor. Behemoth pushing towards Sir Killalot. Oh, look at the chain! I think Sir Killalot wanted a little bit of jewellery there, a bracelet. In comes Matilda. And Behemoth uses that pneumatic bucket on the front. Can lift up 1,000 kilograms in weight. And the Inquisitor boys this time know their time is up. Sir Killalot comes in for the kill. It's all over. Behemoth the winners.
Three, two, one. Activate.
The saw against the lifting spikes. Panic attack lower. Lower centre of gravity. Getting in underneath that saw though. How low can the saw go? Seemed to me it couldn't get down to create damage there to Panic Attack. And I think the lifting spikes, made from hardened steel, 12 inches long, could cause problems here. Panic Attack trying to push Disruptor back towards that pit there, and again, using the four-wheel drive towards the pit of oblivion. Disruptor on the edge here. They want the end. Down, 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 out, and the end is nigh.
Three, two, one. Activate.
So Killalot, you've just seen grotesquely keeping hold of his Sculpin Dreadnought. There's the Tanto Killer Blade. Making the same metal they use on pneumatic road tools. Main blade of Mortis, but Ramesses II pushing him back into the PPZ, the perimeter patrol zone, owned by the House Robots, owned by Sir Killalot, owned by Shunt in there as well. Ramesses II nearly flipped up, the underdogs for this heat. Away goes Mortis, now spinning to have a charge, seeded second for the whole of the Robot Wars competition. Strong favourite here. Ramesses II is in trouble. They're queuing up to destroy him, the House Robots. And Sir Killalot turns towards the flaming pit. And I wonder whether this will be a barbecue for Ramesses II, surely out. The Mortis boys aren't happy, I can tell you. They're not happy, but I think Mortis are going through.
Volunteers, stand by. 3, 2, 1. Activate.
Leviathan, the heavier and quicker of the two robots, using that snowplow-shaped scoop at the front, but Mace in underneath and pushing Leviathan in towards the PPZ. Patrolled by the House Robots, Dead Metal awaits. The chainsaw, certainly Leviathan's best weapon. That's Shunt with the pickaxe. And now Matilda with a chainsaw. Leviathan stuck in there. It was poor control and driving to get into the PPZ in the first place. And judges will mark them down on that. Look at the chainsaw. Being pushed and bent. Put out of action. They've been scalped. Leviathan by Killalot. Coming in here. Matilda too! Leviathan tries to steer out and get away. That could get them points. Control, style, damage and aggression. In comes Mace once again with an attack. And once again, the rear flail there. 4 blades running at 2,000 RPMs. Leviathan struggling really to hold on. You can see the chainsaw has come off the chain. Mace pushes. It goes to the judges. Very, very tight.
Three, 2, 1. Activate.
And here they come, straight in. Underneath Kilotron, but not straight out, not on this occasion. Oh, there's the axe. And again, they're trying to get the axe into play here. On the road sign on the top of Roadblock. The big question, can Kilotron hang on in there? Look at the damage caused by that circular saw immediately. Can I see smoke also? Kilotron had that technical problem in its last fight, and Matilda's in, and Kilolot's there too. Kilotron turning away, again trying to inflict damage that'll impress the judges. You get the sense that if Roadblock can turn it over, it could be all over very, very quickly. But it's good style by Kilotron to get away. Oh, look at that saw! Oh, listen to the noise it makes. Got to go to the dentist soon. The Sentinel comes into play in the PPZ. They're away from that, but not Kilolot, nor Dead Metal. Roadblock again on the aggressive. Push through underneath Kilotron, who gets away. Sergeant Bash parries and dances. Dead Metal goes with Roadblock. Sergeant Bash in on Kilotron. There's a flick of the flame. There's the siren you can hear from Roadblock. In comes Shunt. Very tight so far, isn't it? Very close. It's going to be a difficult one for the judges. Both teams have fought so magnificently and in determined fashion through this series of Robot Wars. We've reached the grand final. It's Roadblock, the fallen champions, just ahead on my mark. And in goes Kilotron, and it is all over now.
Three, 2, 1. Activate.
So will Corporal Punishment's lifting scoop come into play here against that deadly circular saw on the movable arm of Disruptor? A bit of toing and froing going on, testing each other out. There's the Disruptor team, Anthony Lockwood, Masayo Kobayashi and Wayne Martin. The saw on the movable arm driven by the petrol engine. Good ram by Corporal Punishment. Don't forget the judges will evaluate aggression and style. Adam Clark, the 35-year-old designer driver of Corporal Punishment. Masayo saying, come on. If you fancy a bit, then take us on. Matilda awaits on the PPZ. Ooh, now there's a little bit of a bent, damaged prong on the front of the Corporal Punishment lifting scoop. And in comes Matilda with the circular saw to cause damage here on Corporal Punishment, and the House Robots close in for the kill. A lick of flame. The axe blade of Shunt, the chainsaw Matilda, and there waiting in the background was Bash as well. Not much damage caused on the aluminium shell though. Adam Clark, for some strange perverse reason, enjoying the damage and destruction to his own robot. Breaking away. Time running out, but has to come in here and do something spectacular to win this against Disruptor now. Cool, mean, moody and menacing. Disruptor, they look as if they could go through here. It'll go to the judges.
Three, 2, 1. Activate.
Kilotron, seeded 4th for Robot Wars, the favourite for this semi-final, against the lighter and slower Vorak. A bump for Kilotron as the pickaxe came down, They'll avoid the PPZ, of course, because our house robots patrol in there. Aurak seems spiked. Can Peter Reynolds drive him off those spikes? I don't think so. It looks to me as if the chain's gone. The drive chain's gone. In comes Sergeant Bash with the flame, and now Aurak really in trouble. From the pickaxe of Kilotron. Also Matilda in there. Char-broiled Aurak. Up in flames. Up in smoke, the hopes and dreams. A horrible smell fills the arena. The stench of defeat and despondency. Another hat from the pickaxe. Look at the holes. Not wholesome fun for Aurak.
Roboteers, stand by. 3, 2, 1, activate.
Key features here, GBH is more powerful, and I think Talos has too much space underneath the body there, and is vulnerable to be flipped by that front ramp, if the ramp is working. It is! Well, that's been a problem for the GBH team throughout Robot Wars in this heat. And Talos, vulnerable and flipped, and over and out.
Roboteers, stand by. 3, 2, 1, activate.
It'll all come down to weaponry here. Not much between the two bots in terms of weight or power. A little bit of jousting, medieval dancing by Ivanhoe early on. He actually has to come into play! But the Ram has again! GBH! Grand, brave, honourable winner, surely! Ivanhoe can't come back from that! GBH spins! A victory dance!
Roboteers, stand by. 3, 2, 1. Activate.
England against Wales, and of course the beasts from Armageddon awaiting the PPZ. Panic Attack immediately on the attack, and I think that's caused problems to Kilotron immediately. Well, I was wondering about its durability under pressure, and I don't think Kilotron can move here. There's something wrong. There's something badly wrong. It's stuck, and already they've got problems. This was the doubt we had about Kilotron. Panic Attack shoving it in the PPZ there. Here comes Dead Metal, and also Killalot awaits. With that deadly Lancer turning up on inside and over. And all the fears about Kilotron have come true. And it's Panic Attack, the surprise package at the moment. Oh, and look at that. Scratching and scraping and tearing. And Panic Attack goes forward and wants to have a little piece of the house robots. Panic Attack looking to use those electrically operated lifting spikes. And Kilotron's in all sorts of trouble here. And on its way out, surely, into the flames. Lifted a lot by Killalot. It's not a thriller killer for Kilotron, because Killalot has it dangling into the flames, and Panic Attack only needs to stay out of trouble. But it wants to rumble with Shunt and Bash there. Look at the strength from this little Welsh bot. So underrated. And it wants to push Bash into the pit. Goes in itself. But I think they've done enough. Panic Attack.
Three, 2, 1, activate.
Behemoth making the first move, driven by 21-year-old Ant Pritchard, doing a degree in model making at the University of Hearts. There's that lifting ramp again from Elvis and the circular saw. 12-inch diameter cutting blade.
Who would you like to battle it out against?
Elvis. Definitely Elvis. Why? Oh, he's too pretty to lose.
Neil Lambeth driving Elvis. Has worked on West End musicals and Judge Dredd as a model-making special effect artist. They're doing the jitterbug. Elvis needs a little bit of Hope Salad Alley. Matilda in there with him. Elvis spins. Can't get off the side. And there is Matilda with her own chainsaw. They can't get Elvis off the deadly tank trap. Oh, look at the Las Vegas gear. They're after Elvis. He's in the PPZ. The perimeter patrol zone. We own that, boys. Off goes Elvis. They really are rocking and rolling. Fancy dancing with Matilda. No accounting for taste. Elvis on fire again. Well, he did like his burgers. Flame grilled. All the love, all the care, all the dedication to build your robot, and when it's destroyed, you have to have a laugh. Well, fair play. Elvis melted.
Roboteers, stand by. 3, 2, 1. Activate.
Cassius has taken over the mantle as Robot Wars favourite after the demise of Mortis earlier on, and immediately flipping Aardvark once and twice. Rolling Aardvark, though, back onto the wheels. Underneath again. Good aggression from Cassius. Good control, of course, by Rex Garrard. Now damage inflicted on Aardvark. Leave my bot alone. There's Sergeant Bash we saw in the background. Killalot 2 in the PPZ, the perimeter patrol zone. Aardvark trying to get back at Cassius now, nudging Cassius onto Killalot. Now that could be deadly for Rex Garrard, because look at the chain has come off there, and Cassius is in trouble here. Cassius is going no further, that's for certain. Oh no, spins away. In the end, it does get away. Aardvark lifted now. That's not fair, surely. Just picked up so effortlessly by Killalot. What a mean, horrific brute he is. Into the flames. And they're dangling. The remote control aerial. Ooh, melting, blistering. Buckling and smoking and smouldering the dreams of the Aardvark team. Immobilised. And Cassius, meanwhile, takes on Killalot. Leaving Aardvark to be dealt with by Shanton Bash. And look at Cassius. Well, he almost lifted Killalot. We've never seen that before. That was very close. Aardvark's still in there alive, they think. Cassius, meanwhile, wanted to take on the house robot, so have a little bit of this, says Shanton Bash. You take us on, you'll get punishment. But he's done enough.
Three, 2, 1. Activate.
The bizarre bot morality of Rex Garrard. There's Wizard. An early surge up to 50 miles an hour. But in comes Cassius. Cassius faster, lighter, but strong enough to upend Dead Metal. This is a good surge of power. 25 miles an hour Rex can get on Cassius. Taking on the house robots. That's what he said he'd do. Now he takes on Wizard, pushing it into the perimeter patrol zone. This is where our house robots are king. There's Killalot. And Bash behind. In comes the Ram, trying to flick Killalot off. In comes Cassius again to take on Wizard. Bash in there as well. Wizard's in trouble here, immobilised. Pushed in with the house robots. Can't get out. That's the end of Wizard for me. Killalot and Bash in there as well. Richard Johnson will try and steer it away. But Rex Garrard with Cassius showing more style, more aggression, and again taking on the house robots. Taking on Bash. Taking on the circular saw. The big CO2 gas-powered Ram can't flick Bash away. Killalot closing in, and Cassius loves it. This is what Rex said he'd do, and he's doing it. Spinning away. He's taken them away. Taken them away from Wizard.
Three, 2, 1. Activate.
Beauty and the Beast. David and Goliath. Ajax against Shed Charterhouse, perhaps. Chaos getting in the first blow, and back again with that blade on the front, made from the titanium, found in a scrapyard in Croydon. In on the attack again, Wheelosaurus flip, what we've seen before. It can recover from that. Torched by Sergeant Bash. In comes Matilda. And And again, trying to cut those Victorian pram wheels apart. Peter Gibson looks dubious. Impaling Wheelosaurus on the deadly tank traps. Matilda in there as well. There's a circular saw blade. They're after Wheelosaurus here. Pinning him in. In comes Shunt with the pickaxe. Meanwhile, Chaos is reveling in all this, look. Has to avoid dead metal. Nice pirouette and turn. Balletic stuff from Chaos. Well, they're enjoying it. Staying out of danger, but dead metal's after you, Chaos. Into the PPZ. One blow. Two blows. They're after Wheelosaurus, aren't they? There's the shunt cam. They're trying to get to the very brains of the beast. I think they're after revenge. Don't forget, Wheelosaurus caused major damage to Sergeant Bash. This is carnage. They're after blood and oil. Away goes Chaos again. Through the flames, hits the sidebar, bounces back. Squeezes out of the grip the pincers of dead metal. And again, just away. Time running out. Dead metal. Ooh, dead metal's hurt.
Roboteers, stand by. 3, 2, 1, activate.
Panic attack, the heavier. Both of these bots can get up to 9 miles an hour. Mortis is the deadlier, surely. With that sharpened blade. Great speed by Panic Attack. Good steering by Kim Davis to get away. An enduring robot. The blood-stained fangs to no avail against Mortis with the titanium laminated Kevlar shell. Almost flipped. Oh, goodness me, what a surprise! Mortis has gone out! That's a huge shock! Panic Attack have gone through to the grand final!
3, 2, 1, activate.
Panic Attack, the faster, heavier, but smaller of the two, has to avoid those flailing lumps of metal. Has to avoid the circular saw blade underneath if Whirling Dervish gets up on top like that. But flipped up by the two electrically operated lifting spikes, could be in danger. Has to avoid the PPZ, don't forget. The perimeter patrol zone guarded by our own house robots, tugged and pulled and flipped, and now in comes Dead Metal with those horrible pincers dragging it back in to the kill. Burning rubber. In goes Dead Metal. He loves it. We all love it. And that's the crazy world of Robot Wars. And in comes Shunt, and there's the camera, and there's the pickaxe, and this looks deadly now for Whirling Dervish. Have they given up the ghost? Let's see what's happening to Panic Attack. Oh, look at that damage caused to Sergeant Bash. His fan club does not look amused. And Matilda may want revenge on behalf of the house robots. Good dodge by Panic Attack, but Bash looks in real trouble there. And I think Panic Attack has done enough, because the Whirling Dervish team have virtually retired. Immobilised and out, surely.
3, 2, 1, activate.
The Robot Wars veterans, Chaos against the newcomers from Mace, on the attack in the first place. Chaos spinning away. Chaos seeded 6th for the series. There's the dangerous blade, made from titanium. Good speed away from Mace by Chaos, now turning again. Sort of jousting with each other, but Mace pushing Chaos into the house robots. That'll gain points, because the action from Mace virtually immobilising Chaos. Trying to get back to life, but they know they're in trouble, and that was because of the intervention of Mace in the first place. Chaos seems immobilised, and now the damage can start. The dreadful tattoo, the drumbeat of that awesome flail. 2,000 RPMs, churning. And now the house robots come in. Mace is there, with the flare once again, Sir Kill-A-Lot here at the bottom of your picture. Shunt at the top. Mace goes for glory. They're pushing it around now like a ping-pong ball into Matilda's tusks. Chaos immobilised. Well, risen from the dead, it would seem. But has Chaos got enough time to come back? Now Matilda flips it on end. And the damage had been done by Mace in the first place.
Three, two, one, activate.
The house robots in the PPZ, the perimeter patrol zone. The two competing robots don't want to go in there, otherwise they can incur the wrath of our own robots. And Razor, look at this! The favourite for tonight's heat, destroying Inquisitor straight away with that immense crushing arm. Well, they've given up, I think, Inquisitor boys. Keith Millwood and Gavin Hatton, again, ominously, curling down, bending, destroying. Even the Sir Kill-A-Lot camera moves away, worried. There's Matilda to the left, but Inquisitor, I think they've got no chance now. They think they've got no chance now, but what's this? Suddenly, it's alive again, Inquisitor's off! Yes, yes, run away! And Razor's in problems. I don't think Razor can move, I think they've broken down! I wouldn't come back in again, the Razor boys look worried! Leave it to the house robots, Matilda in there, and Sir Kill-A-Lot too. And suddenly it's Razor! Goodness me, Razor's toppled! What a turn-up! They're attacking the soft, vulnerable underbelly! Razor can't move!
Cease.
And Razor is out! What a turn-up! It's on fire! This is unbelievable! Inquisitor's gone through!
Roboteers, stand by. Three, two, one, activate.
Roadblock, top seeds for the competition when it began. In underneath, King Buxton. Worrying Roadblock. Well, the judges will mark on aggression, don't forget, and also control. Oh, and that's not great control, steering straight into the pincers of Dead Metal. Dead Metal's saw blade there, and also that of Roadblock. The tungsten-tipped teeth, fighting and serrating, chiseling. Good little shove pushes Roadblock back into the PPZ. Now that allows Shunt to the right in Dead Metal there at the bottom of the picture to come in. Roadblock champions. Look a little concern in up and under King Buxton. But piggyback style, he gets away. Now Kill-A-Lot comes into the picture. So King Buxton thinks better of it and gets out of there. Pushing back on Roadblock, whose siren blares is smoking. King Buxton is smoking and on fire. The engines have gone. King Buxton in all sorts of trouble. Roadblock comes in with a circular saw. Look at the damage done to the wheels there. Buckled and bent, bashed, beaten surely. On the spikes impaled, Dead Metal awaits too. They've got to get out of there now, King Buxton. But I think Roadblock's done enough here. The reigning champion surely through.
Roboteers, stand by. 3, 2, 1.
Plenty of respect between the two teams, apprehension in particular on the faces of the Roadblock team. But there's early aggression from Roadblock, trying to get in underneath Cassius, and despite what they were saying, I sense they're trying to flip Cassius, who rides Roadblock. Matilda turns to try and get her chainsaw into position. And if anything, Roadblock just helping Cassius to avoid the chainsaw. And in doing so, Roadblock's run into the pincers of Dead Metal. Here's the problem, that Cassius can't get off the back of Roadblock now. He can't use the traction for that missile-type steering to come into effect. Oh, look at that, though. How sharp is that blade digging into the surface of the arena? Still, Roadblock is pushing and forcing the issue. Now Cassius is away. has an opportunity. Cassius, ooh, just avoiding. Killalot, and Killalot flipped it. Are we going to see it? Are we going to see it? Yes! We have seen it. They love the bunny hop. Let's see it again. Hey! Wonderful stuff. And again, super stuff with that ram. That self-righting ram. Brilliant. Oh, look at this, top of your picture, Robot meanwhile has run into the PPZ, it's in trouble, and in comes Cassius. Will he use the ram in the attack? Yes! Robot is flipped on its side. Shunt in there, Dead Metal too, and in comes Killalot with the lance. And to the victor, the spoils. Killalot's deadly, dreadful lance, pinning and flipping Roadblock. Matilda comes in, there's the awful pincer. The boys from Bodmin surely know they're up against it now. The House Robots are toying with the reigning champions. They're in awful trouble. Cassius comes in and tries to push Killalot away from Roadblock. How typical is that of Rex Garrard's sportsmanship? Time is ticking down though. Cassius comes in for one more shove to get it away from Dead Metal. Almost getting into trouble too from Killalot. But surely Cassius and Rex Garrard have done enough here.
Roboteers, stand by. 3, 2, 1, activate.
King Buxton is the quicker, lighter, and smaller robot, as you can see by a long chalk. Those titanium spikes look dangerous. This is good mobility, this is good style, this is good control, and it's pushed RoboDoc into the PPZ, the perimeter patrol zone, and Dead Metal's pincers and the circular saw. Out they go. They've done well to get out of there, and now RoboDoc itself comes in on the attack, trying to get the lifting arm and the spike underneath to flip King Buxton. Almost turned up itself though. There's Killalot's camera. Also Shunt coming in with a pickaxe. Damage sustained by RoboDoc. Flipped up. You can turn it over, as we've said before, and it'll still come back. Look at the spike on the front and the lifting arm. Now King Buxton wheels and spins. Trying to get back at RoboDoc. Avoiding each other. Oh my goodness me! RoboDoc nearly went into the bit of oblivion, and Matilda's going to push him back there. Time is running out. RoboDoc heaves back at Matilda. Again, he's turned up onto its head. Over the flaming bit. Charcoal RoboDoc. It goes to the judges. They think they've done enough.
Roboteers, stand by. 3, 2, 1, activate.
Killatron surely with more attacking power with that pickaxe against Behemoth's bulldozing scoop. Little flip, little hop, skip and a jump. Killatron, but survival, look at that for damage. Well, slicing down through, penetrating the Dexian shell of Behemoth. And again, looking to cause major damage here, slicing down through. Digging out a V-shaped crevice in the front of Behemoth. Killatron well on top here, and pulling, and rocking, and rolling, and toppling. And it's Killatron through, and Behemoth immobilized.
3, 2, 1, activate.
Will Rex practice what he preaches in the final? Dodging, spinning, dancing with Loco, avoiding that spring-powered ram, getting in underneath Loco, bashing and crunching, almost going into the PPZ. David Isles and Richard Manning, the 13-year-olds, doing well here in the final. There's that spring-loaded ram shooting out in front of Loco, flipped up and over, immobilized but no damage caused. Rex Garrard as good as his word. There was that flick-up of the big CO2 gas ram from Cassius. Now the House Robots come in. Oh, don't cause some damage. Young Richard Manning and David Isles trying to get Loco away. Cassius, don't you touch my mate! Get away, Dead Metal! Cassius here like a Robin Hood character. Shunt. Mean and merciless. Matilda too. No place for pacifists in robot wars, say the house robots. Tusk, tusk, says Matilda. On Cassius. In comes Dead Metal. Meanwhile, we know that Loco flipped up out of it. This is just a question of what punishment can be meted out onto Cassius and Rex Garrard. Oh, look at the sparks flying here. What's happened with the sparks flying? Cassius with Dead Metal and Matilda and Shunt all in here, creating damage. Will Cassius, surely the winner of this heat, be fit enough for later on in the competition? The question has to be asked. Yes, on the evidence of that. They love him. A little pirouette of delight. Oh, magnificent! And he's flipped Matilda. It's the second time he's done it. He's the star of the show. Look at that. Drew them in. Up goes Matilda. He's taken on them all. And finally, I think this could be some respite for Rex if they nudge him in. Oh, it's a tired Cassius, but it's a victorious Cassius. Great final.
Players, stand by.
The boys from Trinity School with Oblivion. The students from Cambridge University with Mortis.
3, 2, 1.
Mortis, the second favourite for the whole of this Robot Wars competition, against Oblivion, whose major hope is to avoid that blade. Not doing a good job, the boys there. And perhaps drag Mortis towards the PPZ, the perimeter patrol zone in the house robots. Certainly, the Cambridge University students have the upper hand with the weaponry. Perfection. Perforation. Oh, look at that. It's like a sieve. Heading towards Oblivion. Could be now. Rob Knight, a man in control of Mortis again. Wants to say a big thank you to the engineering department of Cambridge University. This will be a good way to say thank you. Oblivion looking tired. Could be in the pit with the tyres. Did you see Matilda just waiting there at the top of the picture? Waiting her chance. Oblivion trying to run away into the corners. Don't forget this final though, judged on style, control, damage and aggression. Holy smoke, it looks like the end for Oblivion here. Mortis being pushed back now, a brave battle by the boys from Trinity School. Their robot only cost £700, Mortis cost 10 grand, and he's the favourite, and probably has done just about enough to win this heat final.
Roboteers, stand by. 3, 2, 1. Activate.
There's silence in the arena. It is so tense. Cassius immediately on the attack with Rex Garrard, an inspiration to all young engineers everywhere. And underneath Panic Attack, with that front blade, Panic Attack raising money for charity. Really couldn't have two more pleasant finalists, but now, go on, kill each other. Cassius, oh hey! A flyover from Panic Attack. A little hop. And piggyback on the back of Cassius and pushing it into Dead Metal. Look at this again. Up and over. Good stuff. Good control by Panic Attack and again. But the aggression was on the part of Cassius. And again on Dead Metal. But Rex loves a house robot. Panic Attack turns. Get up to 9 miles an hour. Cassius 25 miles an hour. The more powerful of the two, but Panic Attack underrated. Look at that! Oh, what an upset! Panic Attack the winners! That is a huge upset!